Alright, holding this. Alright, smooth. I got cut off a bit. I forgot I got the free account, so you only got 15 minutes. Send in love. Alright, I think I ended off about frequencies and what you add into the water. It becomes part of the water. It becomes part of the gnosis. It becomes part of the equation. And if it's beneficial part of the equation, hooray. If it's not, let's get it filtered out and then bring it back to balance. And this happens with, and in so many different dimensions and spaces and time, that space things that your body, because we're only talking about you here, and no enemies. There are no enemies. There are none. Because once you get in that zone, once you get in that space, that resonance, that current, you will see it because it's clear. And if anything, you will see your reflection staring into still water if you hold it too long, and be able to see it's all you. It's all you. So being able to dial back into, because now for me, now it happens like within like milliseconds, of the choices or directions of energy flow. It's like I can see them, like in my interactions, like when I meet someone or face with something that is adversary to the current. It'd be like, and that sound or different things popping up saying, okay, if you eat this, it's gonna happen. If you're gonna have to do this, you're gonna have to integrate it this way. If you do this person, you'll find this energy there. This is how you connect with this person. This is what to say. This is how you. It's hard for me to put it into words because it happens so quick. It's like a dream. That it's like a dream, and it's. And I'm definitely a novice that's tapping into my dream state. I'm getting better at that. So shout out to my supreme brother Sven, and introducing me to some of the toe tech practice and brother Savan, Sergio Magana, where you tap into the space. And let me digress a bit because I'll come back to that. What is being put in? Like this is the game. This is the path. Your frequencies. Everything is frequency. Like how many times you're doing it. Like how often do you doing it? That frequency. The frequency in which it is coined. The tone with how you're doing. Like we tap into people say 528 hertz. 528 hertz is of divine love, and it is said that it is the. Okay, so I am a bandhead, as they used to call. Like I was a part of the marching band for most of my life. HBCU marching band. It's historically black colleges and universities. At Benedict College in Columbia, South Carolina. And in high school, again, I was part of the marching band again. So this is my nodal resonance. This is my home. This is what I love. When I'm going to be in a space where I can do this every day, hit at this bands that come from this experience more often, because I realized that, again, endowed in itself, getting to the current. Where do I love? Where in my timeline that I ignored time, that I didn't even think about, I was timeless. And those spaces were within the band and my childhood, just having fun. And in the band, it's the same thing, having fun. So within the band, marching band or orchestras or ensembles that you have, choirs, all this stuff. Everyone has their own voice. Everyone has their own frequency. You got the bass, the tenors, the altos, sopranos, and the contratenors, and everything in between. Clarinet, saxophones, tubas, baritone, French tone, everybody, piccolos, like flutes. Like I can go all day naming this because again, every time I think about an instrument, I think about a section, and being the social person that I am, like I just remember going into these sections with these beautiful my fellow band members, and just building with them. Like, everyone has different characteristics and things that they were supposed to uphold as a whole and as the individual pieces of the band. So, and then I was actually being groomed to be a band director, and at one point when I was going on a different trajectory, and learning to listen for other instruments. Like, what does this clarinet sound like? What does the flute sound like? Piccolo sound like? Tuba sound like? What? And their tuning picks. Listening for this. And there's different exercises you can do to embrace this sound, and being able to isolate it within your mind. What's going over there? Are they in tune? Okay, clarinets come down a little bit. Tubas, you're a bit flat. Pull out, or your slide, or your trombone. Oh, I love trombone. I miss trombone. Trombone is one of my favorite instruments, especially coming with my particular band. They have such an amazing timbre. So understanding this is my love, because I can do this all day. I love the feeling of sound. And those who have experienced marching band performances, and if you haven't, you want to check out. Every year it has something called the Honda Ballad of Bands. It happens in Georgia. That's just one of the many band competitions. Band competitions that you get the opportunity to see band after band after band at their prime, at their peak, because they perform they practice for this for months to come, for the whole year basically, to be here. And then the other shows too during the football games. And when you standing in front of a 300-piece band, brass, woodwinds, drum, percussion, you have no choice but to feel it, and you will feel it. And that is that's my sound bath. This is what I was, let's say, baptized in, for lack of better words. I got this on a daily. I got this. Man, I feel it every time I think about it now. I didn't realize that I'm just tapping back into the side of self, being able to express this thing and tying it to consciousness or my awareness. And it's all about frequencies. And I go back to saying, because I got off my band tangent. So everybody has their own frequency. I was talking about 528. Sorry about that. And your organs. Every organ has a different pitch. Every organ has a tone, a responsibility, an archetype, a planet, like I said, a sound, a color in resonance, a herb in resonance that's connected to it. And this harmony of frequencies is 528. When all the organs are doing their thing, singing, whatever pictures, all of that together gives you that sound. And I think about that when I get with the band. When all of us playing together, it's so many overtones, undertones, different timbres of notes, of colors that are being played at one time. But when you feel it, when it's in resonance, when everybody's in tune, man, it's an amazing feeling. It's an amazing feeling. That's this again. You breathe it in. You breathe it in. And this is how important then the frequencies are to really stay in resonance, because it feels so good. Feels so good. Do. Being in synchronicity with your body. And that's a fact. So keeping the resonance within yourself and is of the highest nobility. And again, my advent into the music scene, the marching band, I was a drum major. So having the ability to go to different sectionals, different sections, being able to, really have a level of mastery of communication and motivation. Because now you're with the drum majors, so you're under the band director or the assistant band director, and you kind of move the directives from what songs to play, really everything that he wants to convey to the student body, and it's up to you to be that student leader or that play that role where you can make that relationship as harmonious as possible. And in this experience, I've learned so much, in communicating and with people, because I took this again of the highest ability. This the opportunity, to not only show like what I can do as an individual, but to get others to really see their potential. Just how I looked at it, see your potential, like getting better at playing your instrument, your craft, your uniqueness, how you can get your body right by stretching, building up your lung capacity to play a little louder, tapping, strengthening your embouchure, like learning how to communicate with your section, like people in your section from different walks of life, people from all over. You're in college, you got people from all over the world, internationally, and it's just such a beautiful thing. And communicating directives, I had a director who was a little tough, and he wasn't the best at communicating, at communicating, especially with the youth. I've seen him communicate with other adults. He had a different swag about him, but when he communicated to students, it was a little different. So having to be like a buffer zone, or be a moon where I can transmute some of this rawness to them. And I had other drum majors that were with me that we could do the same thing. We got to build together. We got to do so many things. So I come back into self and wrapping up this message. And I'll definitely be able to talk more about this as I begin to continue to dive into it, because it's exciting for me. And being able to, last thing, so sharing knowledge. That's what I started with. So again, concluding with that. Sharing knowledge and not being a static river. It can't be a static river. It wouldn't be called a river. So within the university, semester 2, I believe, Tantra and breathing, we talked about moving that current, moving that energy within the body. Again, it's an abundance of energy. It's an inexhaustible amount of energy around all the time. And the institutions, technologies, and people are witness to this reality of mathematics. Patterns and geometrical shapes pulsing toroidally, intergalactically, and nesting within each other. This is the space. And how you keep up with these nodes of resonance, these frequencies, is tapping into the cosmic energy, the cosmic calendar, found on secretenergy.com. And if you wish to keep the balance within self, step back, become the observer for a while, own that position. Don't be caught up in the current, as in you are subject to it, or you are a victim to the flow, like the happenings. No, you are the captain of your ship, the captain of your soul, your spirit. So keep vibing the resonance at top speeds, sending you love, sending you resonance. I know you're gonna send it right back. Keep shining. Wholeness, highest bliss. Top speed.